the Andrea and Stacy show.
I'm leaning. You might see the best side of me.
We have Allison with us tonight.
Hello.
She's officially done at Amazon.
Don't name drop it in case they find me.
Find you. Well, this video is going to get banned.
It will.
That's fine.
What? No, I'm just kidding.
She hopefully won't have to work during the semester because it's her senior's last semester. So
Nice.
with everything she has going on, work would be stressful, I think.
Clementine.
So Jeff was telling me he was cracking up at the news, which he doesn't do very often anymore, and he said that people are buying books to put behind them for Zoom meetings so that they look well-read and educated. And I don't know if it was Jessica Alba or who it was, but they had a full set of encyclopedias behind them because, So,
Well, encyclopedias are awesome to have.
they are.
Well, I guess they do make a good prop.
They do make a good prop.
I got made fun of during my Zoom meeting.
Oh, because your mom's books.
Yeah.
It was so. I don't know why he said that. And then he was like, "Well, I hope your Christmas break you can read all those books." Well, who's to say I haven't, sir? Plus, I don't want to read about Jerusalem on my Christmas break.
That would be like the perfect time to read.
There's nothing against it. I just don't want to read legit history.
I think the whole purpose of an individual library is to collect the books that you read.
Yes.
Yeah.
So everyone's library should be just as diverse as they are.
Yes, absolutely.
It would be strange to just go, unless you're the Library of Congress or public library, it would be weird to just go gather books for the time.
I think they're probably ordering, this is my theory, about a month ago on Facebook, I've been getting all these sponsored ads from one company in particular. You can buy books by the box, and it breaks it down to themes like cardboard books for like little kids, all the way up to if you want mystery or sci-fi. But you can also, which I did think about doing this, but it starts out at like $50. You can buy books by the inch,
to fill up a shelf.
broken out by color.
Oh wow!
So you can get all white, all black, all burgundy.
So we're gonna have the return of the study.
Yes.
But nobody's actually.
Everybody has that much room in their house to have a whole study. Yeah.
Just go back to the wrapping paper rooms. It makes as much sense.
It does. Yeah. Do you know what those are?
It sounds familiar.
Some Will and Grace era. What was it? Late 90s.
Late 90s.
Late 90s.
Yeah.
People. It was an Oprah. Somebody was on Oprah. These decorators, and they had decorated a whole room in their house as a gift wrapping room, which people used to have sewing rooms or nurseries, or you always have that room that's set aside for the odd thing, but people were putting wrapping paper rooms, like just buying like the racks that hold wrapping paper and
that came along when Martha Stewart showed her little attic that was just a scrapbooking area. And it had, or crafting. I think it might have been specifically scrapbooking, but she had all of those things, special built things for that, which is fine.
Martha Stewart probably uses it.
Probably, or at least her staff does.
Yeah. I think she's that way. I think she does.
I think she does too.
Yeah. She's
Martha. She has quite an interesting life story, really. She got
hated on because she's a woman.
Yeah.
It's sad, but it's true. She's not my favorite person, but she's a heck of an entrepreneur.
She is. She had to fight her way through all those men, too. Yeah. One of her husbands, I saw part of a documentary about her one time, and one of her husbands was going, and I don't know if she's only had one, that's how much of the documentary I've shown, but she would put on these lavish parties that had to be just so, but they didn't have the money to do it. So, but she was building her image, right or wrong. That's what she was doing, and it paid off for her in the end. So, yeah.
She was the queen of taking what you had and making it better.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I don't know. She's just lucky somebody didn't just snatch her name or identity, overmarket her, let it run a few year fad, and then go on. She established
her
herself
going to prison helped her a little bit too, I think. Yeah, because she got caught supposedly, I mean, they said she was guilty, doing what all of the men were doing that didn't get caught.
Like tax evasion?
Insider trading.
Insider trading.
Oh.
But while she was in there, she taught everyone how to crochet, and I was like, see, I would be in there like scratching the wall with my days. And she like educated people and started kind of like a whole movement there. So
her Halloween magazines were my favorite.
They were my
we
favorite
have one
too.
that we've had for over 10 years.
Yeah,
That used to be like I would get grounded and like go to my mom's room and find that magazine, and that would be what I would read. But now her magazines are full of ads. They're not as good.
They're not as good,
but they were really good. Like 2006. That's like Halloween inspiration. No, really. I've been thinking about that actually recently. All my favorite movies, TV shows are from the early 2000s, like New York 2000s. I wish I had gone to college in the early 2000s.
Look at her. She's peaked at, how old are you?
22!
She's starting to feel old. She's marking time
2020.
with the way back when machine.
That tells you how old I was in 2006. And like I watched Twilight, just Twilight. I don't watch the whole series. I watched just Twilight because of that movie, the color grading, the aesthetic, everything of 2008. I miss it. Everything was easier. I read so much. I wasn't sad. I didn't have to drive because I wasn't legal. I didn't have a job because I wasn't legal. Oh, I miss it.
Allison just found out that Jeff had a felony once upon a time.
Everyone else did too.
Earned that felony.
We used to have a liquor store. Jeff's family, I think I've talked about before, owned a liquor store for a couple, 3 decades. And the Able Commission would send close to 21-year-olds in. And if you didn't ID them and sold to them, the first time he did it, it was kind of a pass, like, shame on you, don't do it again, we're going to scare you real bad. And the second time you do it, depending on how bad you want to fight it, which he didn't, this is prior to me knowing him, he pled no contest, you automatically get a felony, it's a $2,500, what is it called? You have to pay it, fine, and then I think it costs $2,500 more to have that expunged, after you pay off the fine and whatever. So,
and he went to jail on a Friday. On a Friday, and he had to stay.
His dad wouldn't bail him out, so
he had the money to bail him out, and he wouldn't.
So, anyway, he can buy. I mean, he doesn't have a felony now when you look at it, but when he goes to buy a gun, they ping him for that 3 days because it gets kicked up the ladder. He says to the FBI, he would know. I don't know who it goes to, but it's past the whoever, and
G-Man.
Yeah. So then he can buy a gun. So it looks like I own a lot of guns because I usually just buy them because it's easier.
That's awesome.
Than him having to wait.
Better that way.
Where does the bail money and fines go to? Because I was watching a video about Lindsay Lohan, and she's paid at least $1 million in bail money.
That's a good question. I don't really know. I'm sure each county and each state has it set up differently.
Because that's not the jail's money.
Mm-mm.
That's the government's, right?
No, the bail money, it would be applied towards, like, if you get any fines or fees or anything like that, they'll take it out of the bail money that you posted. And then it should actually be returned to your bondsman or you or whoever put it up.
You get it returned?
I was thinking fines whenever.
No, like you pay like $100,000 to get out of bail.
Yeah, that's just a...
Get
that back.
Okay.
That's what a lot of people, they'll go put up their houses or their cars. As long as you appear on your court date.
It's a promise.
If you don't appear on your court date, then they can seize all of that.
Okay, because I was like, how do you pay that much money?
And your bail's bondsman gets a percentage of it.
That's if you use one, though.
Yeah.
That's only if you don't have the money.
Right.
Okay.
They'll put it up for you.
I wouldn't know.
Interesting.
Knock on wood, I've never gotten a ticket. Or done anything.
When is the ice supposed to come in exactly?
It's supposed to turn to freezing rain. What's today? Tuesday? I think Wednesday night into Thursday.
Oh, okay. So we
Yeah.
still have a little bit of time. It feels really nice outside.
I think the storms seem to be breaking apart and going around us. They're going a little high, so.
Okay.
Or when it starts to rain, that's when it'll drop.
Yeah.
We'll get. Anadarko put out a thing that said that they might get up to a 1/4 inch accumulation, but they are further that way than we are.
Yeah.
So.
It's nice, and it would be humid if it were hot, but it's damp and it smells clean and it's not too cold.
I felt like I was on a wharf.
Yes.
When I went outside.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
It was London foggish.
Yes, it was.
It rained last night on my drive.
It did. Home from the city.
Yeah. It was like a lot in spots and then nothing. It was weird.
Interesting.
Was it trying to keep up with you?
Yeah, it felt like
it was me.
Yeah, because I walked outside and it was wet, but there wasn't any rain. And then it was like sprinkling a little bit, and then it started coming, and then it was nothing, and then sprinkles, and then it started coming again.
What is it like that Cialis commercial? Depression.
Yeah. Not to you guys.
To America.
We're all here for you.
Your fetish viewers.
To the guy behind the camera.
George.
Yeah. Apparently, like, your internet providers see everything you do on the internet.
They're not the only ones, honey.
No, I know, but I'm just thinking about, like, everything, or, like, the browser I downloaded that no one's ever heard of, so I could use Adobe Flash drive before they delete it on the 31st, so I can play Barbie games from when I was in 2006.
But see, it looks like I'm playing Barbie games because it's my internet.
No, Dad.
It's
my
They're like,
scene
when
that
did they
dressed up
get a
things.
small child? I thought it was 2 adults. And
There's a
2
Barbie dream castle in the other room.
Ooh,
We can pull it out right now.
We had the castle. We got it from Goodwill or
Probably.
garage sale. It didn't have everything, but it was huge. It was as big as me. It was so much fun.
Renee gave me that. Her grandkids don't use it anymore, so she thought I'd want it. I went ahead and took it. I think Tyler's girls would probably.
Oh, yeah. I think you're right. I haven't done a thing since we left work.
Good.
Yeah. And I don't feel guilty like I normally do about it. But, except for collect cats that keep showing up. I did order. It's so true. Allison got an Etsy order.
Was it? No, someone just liked it.
Oh. I ordered a year calendar that shows all of it at once. Because, you know, most calendars are by the year.
I hate those like 3 month, 6 month calendars.
Yeah. So.
Strong July, they just drop you.
Yeah, they drop you. I watched a guy.
Have you ever thought of just printing out or getting an eraser board and then lining them up and filling them in as you go?
But only get like 7 or 5 of them. I've thought about that. I've seen
Put them 3 to 6 feet apart.
That would look great through the whole house. Where's me? Where's me?
Oh my gosh.
Dad like brushes by it. We had dinner with the grandparents.
Did I tell? One year, everybody kept getting like this white powder on them in the house, and we couldn't figure out where. Sometimes it was on the side, sometimes it was on the back. And I went outside and checked like the chairs outside because you know sometimes when paint gets too much sun, maybe it left white. Couldn't figure it out for the longest. And one night I was sitting in the kitchen and I bust out laughing because I had painted the breakfast room chair rail down with chalk paint. And so when we rode on it, I thought somebody was wiping it off. Well, we all were. We bumped it, and we all had like
You made erasers.
Why are we walking that close to the wall?
Well, it's a very small injury.
Oh, we were very tiny. Turner and I were having like ping pong.
Well, it is you. Turner
Okay.
probably pushed you into it.
Turner was very nice when he was little.
He was. You probably pushed him
Except for
into
when
it.
he bit me and I bled.
Well, he had enough of you. And I remember not feeling bad about that at all.
I didn't do anything to provoke that at all. I would never provoke Turner.
Turner's pretty chill.
Yeah. I wonder why. He's not.
He is chill.
Not.
He is till he has enough.
Sometimes he attacks me and I didn't do anything.
He plays with you.
Plays. Verbally abuses me.
So sparking game, Allison.
Yeah, and obviously I don't have
Iron
working
sharp
brain
knives.
skills. No.
So what all did you guys get done with the house?
Electric and plumbing's wrapped up. So
Woo-hoo.
got water, hot water, full
Nice.
functioning, everything.
That's exciting. That's a milestone.
Big change.
Yeah.
Big, huge. So the hot water heater works good. I was worried about that because the well water's so cold.
Mm-hmm.
Because we got one of those tankless ones.
Yes.
And it works great.
Wonderful.
So we were happy about that.
That's exciting.
Crawling around in attics. No more. Done.
Done.
I hope. I was going to think of something else, but I'm not going to think anything else.
No, you're done thinking too.
We've got enough switches and plug-ins and wires and whatnot, so we're good. It's going to be a full moon tonight.
I'm excited about that. It's the last one for the year.
Yeah, it's almost on the last days of the year.
Yeah.
Close.
So
Was
was it?
more days of 2020?
Yeah. And everybody thinks that it's going to be like a magic switch that's flipped.
Well, Bill Gates said today that it would be.
Oh, I missed that.
Bill Gates said by early spring life will be back to normal.
Oh,
That's
well,
what they said about August.
You know how Bill Gates predicts the future.
well. When you have all those secret ceremonies, I
Mhm.
guess you might have some influence there.
That's on the last moon of 2020, and Bill Gates will be up there
Just be his face shining
dropping
down on us.
coins to little gnome-like creatures to hand out good luck to, well, I don't know.
I'm running around
So-
whacking them on the head with a stick,
Oh my god.
taking their coins.
So there's like, who was it? The Almanac? No, Better Homes and Gardens. Somebody on Facebook posted a recipe for a Greek New Year's cake.
Mhm.
Greek? No. German. Insert some other country. And you wrap coins in foil and bake it into the cake.
Yeah.
I'm like, I would not post that on my Facebook in America. Someone makes that, chokes on their own coin,
Yeah.
sues you.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
other countries can get away with it.
Yeah.
When I was on the tour bus going out to Chinchonita, however you say it, the guy was like, look, we're going to stop at this thing, and there's these really steep steps down into this, like, hole, like, in the earth that's full of water, this blue hole. And he was like, and people fall, people twist their ankles, people break their bones constantly. And he was like, but listen up, Americans, you're not allowed to sue anybody here. You fall, you trip, it's on you. Nobody cares.
Yeah. It's your
Like,
fault.
yeah.
That's funny.
So, and they're like, if you want a handrail, bring it yourself. Because they're like, no, I can't imagine how many lectures they got when Americans got back on the bus. That is unsafe. You should have had a sign. There should be a light strip there.
Yeah.
There should be
Yeah.
pansy waste. Nobody.
Oh,
Exactly.
America.
And another dumb thing the Americans would do, like when we were on the little pirate cruise ship show.
Yeah.
They would bring people up and ask them where they were from because those guys putting on the show knew 6 languages. And they would like reiterate so you could keep up. You may not get every word like in your language, but you could keep up with the flow of what was going on. Americans from the United States would get up there and they'd be like, "Where are you from?" And they'd be like, "America."
Oh.
So I had to explain it to him. And he was like, "We too are from America." He was like, "You want to be more specific?" They were like, "North America."
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
What?
I just thought we should have all voted to cast them off the boat.
A lot of people say what state they're from because they think that people automatically know the states. I don't even know all 50 states. No one out of the country knows.
How would
any
you
state.
answer that question if they asked you?
Where I was from?
Uh-huh.
The United States. That's the easiest, and that's what everyone knows. I mean, you don't consider all of the Americas the United States of Americas. So that's just the simplest.
We're getting dumber.
I've said Oklahoma before because I just wasn't, it was like in a group chat and I had already said where I was from and then someone else asked in a different chat and so I was just automatically like Oklahoma. And I was like, wait, you don't know what Oklahoma is, which is fine.
They know where Texas is, though. I've found in all of my talks with people in other countries, they all seem to know where New York, California, Texas, and some know Florida. So you can say that you're the state right above Texas. Not that that helps them really, but it surprises me that they know where Texas
People in
is.
California don't know where Oklahoma is.
That's right.
When I was in New York, I went to a Broadway show by myself, and there were people from Australia, and we were all eavesdropping on this old woman having a conversation with these girls from a different country. They spoke English, but they had an accent, so I don't know exactly. They weren't from like a European country. They were from. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. English probably wasn't their first language. So we were listening to this old lady, like, I think they were from Spain. That's European. Sorry, but they speak Spanish primarily. But she was like, so where are you guys from? What do you think of America? How's New York? Have you ever been to New York? And it was like leave them alone. They're just trying to watch a Broadway show. And so I turned to this couple. I'm like, so how are you guys? And they would laugh because they knew exactly what I was doing. I'm like, great. So then we actually started talking. But they asked where I was from. And they don't do miles. So it's like, you can't really explain, it takes 5 hours to fly here, because it doesn't. It takes 2 hours to fly to New York from Oklahoma. But I had a 3-hour layover. But when you say you're 1,200 miles away, they don't know what that is. And you can't just pull your phone out because you're at a show. So I was like, I felt stupid because I was like, I'm relatively far, but y'all are further. They were really nice. That was really funny because I was making fun of that old lady and they knew exactly what I was doing.
Sarcasm has no language barrier.
Have you heard of the Good Luck Pigs? I think they're German.
Yep.
I made one this year.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Like clay or whatever?
No, you do it with linen, and you put toothpicks in it, and you make like ears out of foil, and you put a penny in its mouth.
I've seen the ones out of the clay.
I haven't seen that, but
I haven't seen the
a lot of people. They did theirs for 2019, and then they did one for 2020, and the 2019 one's still like yellow, and the 2021 is black, or 2020 is black and moldy, and mine's black and moldy. And I didn't do one before because this is my first time.
Takes up that energy.
Yeah, so I'm gonna do one again and see what happens, but it's kind of gross.
I don't think I'm going to do anything all week. Just going to lay that out there, and then if I do, we'll all be pleasantly surprised.
I'm just going to roll with it. What's that song from Godspell? Day by day.
Dare we play it?
It always works so well for us. Just keep talking. I'll look it up. It'll take me about half an hour.
We've tried to share songs for the last couple of times, and the last time we played the wrong song first. It was like not the right song at all.
Actually.
Day by day.
our theme for 2021.
Allison is not into it. Not from 2006.
I think we got it. Well, that's enough to be kicked off for.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna get demonetized.
Yes, we have.
Dang it!
Copyright strike.
Those are fortunes.
Are you guys gonna copyright strike that guy who stole your clip? Posted it?
I don't know.
You should, because he
No.
violated copyright law.
If it did it where he wouldn't know we did it, then yeah, but I think it tells you
So
who.
what's he gonna do? Steal more clips?
We just violated the copyright laws
Yeah.
ourselves.
So-
The last 3 videos I think we did.
They don't look at your previous videos.
I ordered peppers and tomatoes this week, so we'll have to share with Dean if he wants any hot peppers. And then I marked all the things I'd like to have, and I went ahead and just put them in to order them because I wasn't thinking. I didn't realize some of them were $6.50 a pack, which is fine if that's the one I want, but I had like $220 worth of seeds in there, so I deleted everything
That's a pass.
but peppers and tomatoes. And then they didn't have some of the peppers I wanted, but I think I'm gonna just buy seed, here that's as organic as I can find.
We're thinking maybe going to Baker's Creek. Why not next weekend? It's Mom and Dad. They live so close now.
Yeah, that's
we
right.
go up there, stay the night, go, come back.
Yeah.
Not make it a whole trek. you know.
Yeah,
I think Dad would enjoy it.
he would. I think my dad would enjoy it.
It's a pretty drive anyway.
Unless you
Probably
follow.
turn off the main road.
Yeah.
We did that. We were
Hill
coming
country.
back from Kentucky for archery, right?
Yeah.
And it was Mississippi or Missouri.
Missouri.
We
followed
When you-
MapQuest.
yes, when you pull into a town, you can automatically tell if it's a sundown town, even if it's 10 a.m. in the morning.
Well, I mean,
and it's the towns that don't even want outsiders who are this white. It was like they knew our car wasn't from that town. We got dirty looks. And then when you leave the town, we were on a back road, and Mom and Dad were like gripping, and they were like, "We can't break down."
yeah,
There were like broken cars everywhere. We thought we were gonna die.
That was
It
when.
was really
That's why
scary.
people disappear.
Yes,
It is
because MapQuest took us the back road in instead of to the highway
Your
and around.
mom's phone map is possessed.
It is.
It tried to kill us just the other week. Did she tell you about
No.
that? We're going down. We turned off 81 by that Valero station that takes you that paved road to Cement. We were going that way to Lake Birchie, but it was so dark we didn't want to miss the turn off to Birchie. Well, we were following her phone map, and it tells us to turn like a mile section too early. And then she's talking, and I'm turning, slowing down to turn, and then it says, proceed 2 miles, pull over to the side of Country Road 2780, and prepare to walk to your destination. Like it said, prepare to walk. I'm like, prepare to die.
She starts.
And we turn her, I
backing
turn
out,
around.
and I'm like,
It's
what? I thought she saw something because I was talking
Yeah,
over
she
it. I
was paying
wasn't listening. Yeah.
Oh
And
my
it was like,
gosh.
on the map, I saw it right before it rerouted because it hurried and rerouted. The road went and just stopped, and the Lake Birchie was over here.
Have
like
you
a
ever
mile
heard
away.
one of those tell you to pull your card over
No.
to the side of the road
That's
and park?
scary.
And name the road.
Yeah.
That's
I mean, that's like if
Then-
someone feeding you information.
Yeah.
Like,
So then we go and we get to that bridge and, turn on that side of Lake Birchie. But before we turn there, it tells us to go up to the road and go down, and it tells us the same thing.
yeah, it's trying to
Because
get us
the
back to
road-
that same spot.
Yeah, the road
No
goes
joke.
this way.
Why did it?
Yeah.
Because
That's
you were going to a lake. So it wanted you to get out?
No, because it wouldn't map to the lake. It mapped all around the
That's
lake
weird.
and wanted you. Well, it's because we think someone hijacked it and they're serial
One
killer.
time your mom gave a ride.
Who, like, lives over there?
Hitchhiked me outside of the road.
Okay, listen, she does that kind of stuff. Once, it was me, Mom, and my brother, and I was, like, maybe 15, if not younger, and there was a guy with, like, a Jeep broken down on the side of the highway. Everyone was passing him, and Mom's like, should I give him a ride? Should I help him? I was like, no, Mom, I don't care what God's telling you. I'm telling you no. And I felt guilty because Mom felt like she should, but not with 2 young kids. I'm sorry. And you're a woman. If that was here, it would have been different. But he would have had a ride in the front.
Yeah.
I would have had to go to the back, too. I didn't want to give up my spot.
Yeah.
Nope. I'm never helping people on the side
Well,
of the road.
that was
I like to
Andrea
make
that picked that lady up. And
I
I
like
rode
to-
in the back.
Oh, I remember that.
Oh, the Ninnicole walk. I was just making a joke. Like, you picked up some of the information on the side of the road that, like, climbed in the phone and has a laugh. Oh, no, that was a barefoot woman walking down a busy highway. I
Highway,
thought she
yeah.
was going to get
Different.
And, yeah, she
Yeah.
was drunk, and, yeah, she was having a hard knock life, but
She needed
she
help.
didn't need to be on the road.
I also feel like, I know women can be dangerous, but I feel safer around women than men. Like, if I'm picking someone up off the side of the road, I feel like I could take a drunk woman than I could take a
Yeah.
sober man.
But we also, I think you saw, I saw the truck that pulled over and shoved her out.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably get her on down the road before they circle back around anyway. Run her down.
And she was like headed towards Rush Springs and looking for a travel lodge, and she had passed it by a mile. She didn't even know where she would have kept headed towards Duncan.
Yeah.
It was bad.
Yeah. So running across the road calls me last night. Dad and I were sitting on the couch. She's like, anybody come to your door? And I was like, no. She was like, okay, there's a woman in a long house coat and house shoes that tried to get into their front door. And, like, they pulled it shut because, like, her kids there were for Christmas. So they were like, you're not coming in here. What do you want? She's like, I got to walk I need to get down to Iowa Street, and I'm not walking. They're like, well, we're not giving you a ride, lady. But so they waited. She called me. They looked back out, and they didn't see her. I'm like, she wasn't walking anywhere.
Yeah.
Patrick lives on Georgia.
This is Georgia.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So he lives on Georgia, and I was about to leave, but we ended up standing outside in the cold for like another hour talking with the car running, and we were
It's the Oklahoma way.
Yeah, but it's an alley that no one uses to drive on, and he parks his cars in the yard, and we're pretty loud. It's like maybe 11 or midnight, and this girl, super skinny girl, walks up and was like, hey, can you guys give me a ride? And Patrick and I, like, look at each other, and I was like, no, I can't. I'm about to leave. And Patrick's like, where are you going? And she was going to, like, Idaho or something. I was just thinking, like, the road that the hospital's on. Or Iowa. I don't know. It was far, but she could walk it. You know what I mean? And he was like, oh, no, I can't. She's like, all right. And just walked and then turned left in front of his house and kept walking. I kept my eye on her,
to get people in their cars and out of their houses so they could.
I was there wasn't anyone else. No one came back after her, and she didn't come back, but it was, well, yeah, but it was really weird.
Ooh. So, Allison and I get home. If I told her this, sorry. We went to get tea, and we were sitting in the car talking because we don't ever get out of the car. Yes. We had our kettle. And we watched Alex come out of the house. And he kind of went in our yard and kind of looked at the front door a little bit. And I thought, that's new.
Yeah.
He puts something in our mailbox and then goes over to the woman on the other side and puts something in her mailbox. And he wrote us a really nice Christmas card.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's really awesome.
I thought so.
It's from the Jolly family. It's just him.
I like that name.
Jolly. Yeah. It was nice getting a Christmas card from Jolly. Yeah.
That's actually really cool. that he thought to do it,
Yeah.
took the time to do it.
Yeah.
And it was
That's
after
Because I still have my Christmas cards unopened in the package.
It was after we called on his dog.
4 years gone, just sitting on that.
Well, Mom printed Turner's graduation announcements like 3 months after graduation, after May, not his July actual graduation. And the other day, my grandma was like, "I just feel so bad that I haven't gotten one of Turner's graduation announcements."
To Allison.
And I was like, "Oh, I don't." Like, Mom has them. You can ask her for one.
I haven't sent anybody one.
She's like, it
That
just
was,
makes.
like, the
I just feel
weirdest
she's
year,
like a
though.
weird
Yeah.
word.
I'll get them sent out. I thought I might send them out like after New Year's and just write on the outside, this is 100% my fault, Stacy.
Well, Turner didn't really care. Like, I did mine because I wanted mine.
Yeah.
I wanted money. That's why I did it. And it was
She
very
included a
fruitful.
return envelope.
Well, we also did my party. We put my
Yeah.
party invitations in it too. And then I got yelled at because my handwriting wasn't very good. She's like, "I thought you were gonna do it nice." I was like, "I did." I did like 100. I did 100 by myself. It was a whole struggle to get them printed because we all we couldn't decide what picture we wanted. We couldn't decide what we wanted to look like. Mom's like, "Just choose." I was like, "I can't." And then we rushed it.
Andrea took your
Yeah,
picture.
it came out good, but we couldn't figure out which one to use, and we didn't know if we wanted to do 3 pictures or whatever. Because
Yeah.
some people do front and back multiple
Yeah.
pictures. So we just went with one, and I like how it came out. And then words on the back, but it was a struggle.
Oh, there
Oh,
it
yeah.
is.
Allison,
Back when I was happy.
she chose well.
She did.
She had a bonfire,
She did.
amazing food,
Amazing.
Stacy
and
wrote
people
this.
came and celebrated with her. You know what Turner got? Nothing. COVID took it all away.
I
didn't even know if he actually graduated.
didn't hear one opinion from Turner. I just heard from Mom I think it'll really bother Turner if he doesn't get the closure. I don't think it will.
Yeah.
It would, right? I mean, it's
Maybe,
so weird.
probably a little.
Yeah. For that. For other things, probably not. But for that, I think it was important.
Yeah. Strange year.
It's still like it didn't even have, like the whole year. It's just so weird. I don't know. Gail went to, did I tell you, the ER yesterday. They gave her fluids, sent her home, and they were spraying the whole building today. So I don't know if she hired a crew or, what, or if they bought something and going to spray it themselves. But they're supposed to be disinfecting the whole building, probably to make her feel better more than anything.
Yeah. So she said she did something.
But yeah.
And it's sad that people put you in that position.
Yeah.
Like you have to answer to them for getting sick. But my grandparents, they went over to relatives on Christmas Day. And then got a phone call the next day that the people they went and saw tested positive.
Oh no. It's just part of it.
Yeah.
What I don't like is when people blatantly hide it, or they're because there's been a lot of stories who they tested positive and then went over to their family's house and didn't tell them until they were leaving. Those people want to know.
That's like people having AIDS.
Yeah, that's frustrating to me.
My issue with that is why tell them at all? It's just to be mean,
that's
right?
part of the game. That's
Yeah.
part of the mental
Yeah.
health. They're broken.
But if those people that they're going to are obviously scared about it, it doesn't matter if they have a right to be scared, and you don't get to torment them with that. Just don't go.
Yeah, people are selfish. What can you do?
Punch them in the face.
You might get a little COVID on you if you do that.
That's okay. I'm willing to take the risk.
Bloodborne illnesses.
I already have some. Just kidding. I don't. That I know of. I don't.
I don't think I have anything else to talk about. I feel like I had a lot to talk about coming over here, but
I've been going for 40 minutes, so
wow.
we must have said
We must
something.
have
We
said
never know
something.
until we go back and look. Then we cringe a little.
That's all
So
right.
we're like, how do we not have our own show? Like, it should be nationally syndicated.
our sponsor.
They would revoke. We'll have revoked sponsorship. Like
This
we wear a
podcast-
Nike shirt, we'll be like, please remove.
Proms. Be like, please do not show our cup anymore. Here's a nice blank canvas cup.
It's $500 to stop drinking
I
Topo
would
Chico.
take
Well, wait.
But
Let's all grab ourselves an encyclopedia and show the world how smart we are.
I'm gonna choose something and read it.
Put a punch.
oh, I got spiders.
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna open to
I got the Ancient Wonders.
Rhode Island. Nice.
See, we actually
Bend
read
over
our
right.
books around here.
It's not nice.
Spider bodies.
Culture.
More spiders.
Oh.
Same more Rhode Island, but it's just really small.
Am I in there?
I hope not.
Oh, the Sphinx.
Size of skulls. This one's my mom's.
Old North Church.
The Milky Way.
Right. Gene and I were at Old North Church. That's where I got that hot chocolate. That was like the real chocolate.
Oh. Maybe we should do podcasts like every fifth Monday. We just read from the encyclopedia.
It would be more entertaining and probably a lot more accurate.
September is the 9th month of the year. It was the 7th month in the Old Roman calendar, and its name comes from the Latin septem, meaning 7. It became the 9th month when Julius Caesar changed the calendar to make the year begin on January 1st instead of March 1st. September has always had 30 days.
Always.
Wow.
Here's a very short little bit of information about Social Security.
We haven't heard you read it.
I'm not going to.
Good, because sometimes it's painful.
You want to know who is perhaps the most famous Scottish painter?
Who is perhaps?
Sir Henry Raeburn.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I always thought.
He had my vote. Ragweed, if you're from here, you know what that is. It makes you sneeze.
It's a bunch of stuff on Africa.
Radishes, nice. Radiocarbon, not so nice.
South Carolina. Oh, we should look Oklahoma up. This has the state flower and everything in it.
Oh, we're tired of QR for NO. I opened right to it.
I feel like we should go buy some scratchers or something.
Tulsa's Port of Catoosa. You can see that from my brother's backyard. Let's see. Pioneer Woman. That's in Ponca City. Nice little museum.
Yeah.
Got several pages.
Wow. Is it typed big, spaced out? No?
It's written in pencil.
Lead pencil.
Yeah. Indian Nation. Land rushes.
I don't think I've ever heard that term before.
Boomers
Yeah.
urge the government
Rushes.
to open the land for white settlement. How long do we get to say boomer sooner? So that little fact is
Never
out
heard
there in
land
the
rush
discovery.
before? Land rush. Not land rushes.
Don't correct.
Never
No, I
called
know.
it. I never called it the land rush. I called it the land run.
Yeah, land run.
Mhm.
Oh, I've never heard of land.
Of 1877 or whatever it was, and then they became the state in 19 something. Was it 07?
Seven.
Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of cool. Spain.
You want to know what products we're known for?
What?
Cattle, gas, horse, mining, nut, petroleum, and wheat.
Oh. Nut.
Nut.
One
That's why I say them together fast. We're known for cattle, gas, and horse nuts. We also known for mining wheat.
We're actually known for bull nut.
Calf run. So,
Land oysters.
downtown Oklahoma City.
Well,
It looks that brown and gray today.
yeah. The buildings haven't changed
It
at
just
all.
does not look
Oh,
inviting.
you know how flat Oklahoma is? One of my favorite spots is when you're driving on the highway to Norman and you can see you can see OU in the distance, and then when you look to your left, you can see the Devon Tower.
Oh, yeah, when
Yeah.
it's clear.
It's really cool.
Joseph Stalin.
Do you want to know what comes after Oklahoman Encyclopedia?
What?
Okra.
That's about right.
Pronounced O-cra.
Cra.
Oh, crud, you crazy girl.
Okra is a kind of hibiscus, closely related to cotton. Now, see, I wouldn't have grouped okra with hibiscus and cotton.
I wouldn't
I
have
wouldn't
either.
have. It's a native of Africa. It's also known as gumbo. Yeah, encyclopedias are interesting.
They are.
First day of the state.
Mm-hmm.
First they made it a special thing.
That is so weird. Old North Church popped up for me again. I was just in Q through R looking at whatever I was over there, and it had the Old North Church in it. Now, it
Weird.
says the Old North Church in it. Yeah, very weird. That was talking about the ride of Paul Revere. Like,
Oh, yeah. I haven't thought about any of that in a long time.
Since
British are coming.
1977 or 78.
British are
Yeah.
coming.
I've been watching The Crown. I did not realize there's like 40 episodes. They're all, I think, an hour long. But it's pretty well done.
On what?
Netflix, The Crown.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What's her name? The Queen of England.
Yeah. It makes them more real, like people, not just.
Is that the one where they had the heart surgery? Or is that the test one? Heart surgery from
No,
the
they took
back?
his lung out. It wasn't heart surgery.
Oh, but they still were operating through the back.
Back, yeah.
Dad's grandma had heart surgery from the back, and I didn't know that they had
I
heart
think
surgery
she was
from the
the
back.
first one to have that done in Oklahoma by that doctor, Awesome, whatever his name was.
Really?
So there's a cartoon in here that was 1969. Oh, it's talking about inflated food prices. Ironic. Isn't it ironic? I was jamming to Alanis Morissette Jig a Little Pill the other day.
Really?
Oh yeah, I love that song, Uninvited. So interesting. Opening ceremonies of the Olympic Games. So nice.
This is about slavery. It says slavery had a variety of effects on slaves and owners. It broke the spirit of many, quote, blacks, but made many others vow to resist it. Slavery caused fear and hate between most owners and slaves, but it created feelings of love and respect between some.
Wow.
Well, actually, yeah, because sometimes being bought was their salvation. Because there was people that were against slavery that would actually buy slaves to set them free. That would like transport them. So it's like during the Holocaust, the people that would hide the Jews or adopt them into their family and change their names so no one knew they were Jews. Yeah.
This is a gorilla, but I thought it was supposed to be a person.
Depends on what school of science you're from.
Onions.
Onion.
Remember that little Cajun cook that would be on Channel 13? I'll tell
Yes.
you what we're going to do today. I'm gonna cook some
I
onions.
have well-known superstitions
O.J.
and
Simpson.
it's pictures.
And
Hanging a horseshoe, up, collects all the good luck. Knocking on wood, finding a four-leaf clover, and rubbing a rabbit's foot. Who remembers all the rabbit foot keychains?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's it. And then bad luck, if you spill salt, walk under a ladder, break a mirror, a black cat crosses your path.
This has an O.J. Simpson.
He was a football player.
Yeah, it's weird to read something as just him as a football player because this was before his supposed crime that we know was real.
I couldn't tell you what all of our Supreme Court guys look like.
Well, they don't look like that anymore.
Yeah, they look probably skeletonish.
Half of them are still on there.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, I've seen some on television, but
What's weird is looking at your Oklahoma, like your state Supreme Courts, and trying to figure out what they look like. And they've been on it forever too. No one ever goes against them. Basically, vote to keep them in.
15 pages of opera. Opera, I like. Really like it. Opium?
I like that they broke down the two swastikas.
The religious one.
Well, the Oriental American Indian one versus the Nazi.
Swastika. Everyone thinks it's an evil symbol, but they didn't know the history of it. Just got adopted. Robert Oppenheimer
Oriental and American
thanked
Indian.
him for the
I
atomic
just heard of
bomb.
the Buddhist one. Oh, it doesn't say anything about this. Yeah, Buddhist. Yeah.
Breeding sister.
Yeah, I read that one. Oh. It just says that it was used among them.
Most common to Oregon. I died of dysentery. Ooh, Reed College, a private educational college in Portland, Oregon. They were the first in the United States to install a nuclear reactor for use in undergraduate study. Good idea!
Undergraduate study.
A nuclear reactor.
Oh my gosh.
That's not how, Asia got their nuclear power or anything. They didn't steal it from there in 1910. Brilliant.
I like
Just
that sweater.
brilliant. Thank you. QRS's SN to SO. S is always the thickest of everything.
Yeah.
We did it.
We did. We did it. You look tired.
Thinking of reaching for the button.
Okay, do it. Bye.